Should you worry about the unlock of the AVAX fund tomorrow? I want to go over this video, what you should look for and why you should not be worried. Hi guys, for AVAX, we know that the investors are locked in for a year plus, so they can't really sell their holding. Early investors, developers, they can't really sell their holdings, but they're only allowed to release some of their holdings on a specific date. So here are the specific dates according to avax.dev, and you can see that it's been unlocked for quite a bit earlier this year and last year. So in 2020, set December. So every 3 months or so, they are allowed to unlock some of their holdings to the public. So what this means is that there will be a bit more supply to the market, and if you understand the demand and supply relationship, the more supply there is on the market, the lower the price should be if the demand doesn't keep up, right? So that's what's happening. And let's look at some of the vesting schedules. So for options A1, think of this like a version 1. So you are allowed to unload 10% at launch, 22.5 on this date, and then 22.5 on every 3 months, all the way up to September 2021. So that's a date that's already passed. So apparently this already happened, right? We're going to look at what the market was doing during those times. Now for option 2, this is for like if some of the people, investors, developers elect to pick this option, they'll be able to vest all the values in 1.5 years. And again, it's a similar structure. Every 3 months or so, you're allowed to unlock some of your funds. And apparently all of this is already passed, but we got 2 more that's coming if you pick the option 2. So that's 15% in December 3rd, which is tomorrow, and then another 15% in next year, March. So what does this mean? Well, I found an article from June this year where when AVAX was $17. So if you look at AVAX today, it's like over 100, it's $117. So when it was $17, there was talk about people unlocking things, a lot of FUD. People were like, oh, they're gonna release a lot of tokens to the public. It's probably gonna crash the price. So this is like very bearish looking news. But I want you to keep in mind that if you do trust in AVAX, if you believe in the future of AVAX, this is like a good chance to buy. This is not a financial advice. This is purely my opinion. Because if you look at the historical price action, let's take a look. So let's look at this option A. So March, June, and September, that's when the price was unlocked this year. Let's look at the price action in this year. So March. So let's look at the dates. It's March 8th. So March 8th, 2021. So 8. As you can see, like there's really nothing happened when the vesting period happened. Like the price may dip a tiny bit, but it eventually got bought back up by the market and then down again and then mark. Now let's look at June. So what's the date? The date is June 6th. June 6th. Let's go here. Again, really nothing happened, right? It only went down a little bit, but then it just came back up again. Like you got a giant pump in September. So the other vesting period was in September 4th. September 4th, it actually, sure, it dipped a little bit, but then it got bought right back up. So sure, you are going to see a tiny dip around the vesting period because of the high selling pressure due to people unlocking. But at the same time, you are going to get the market, like if the market believes in Avalanche, they will buy it back up over time. Because if you panic so like around here or around back there, you wouldn't miss out on all of these profit. So it's actually wiser for the developers and insiders to simply stake their token, right? They could put it in a liquidity pool or they could farm it, like just leave it in there and see it will actually have better long-term return if compared to if they sell it. Sure, some of them are going to sell it because they bought it at a very early stage. So maybe like a dollar or two, or a couple of cents, maybe. Sure, it's a good time to take profit. But for most of us who couldn't get in at that time, we will just buy it up because I think it's still early for Avalanche. But speaking of like price action, if you look at the chart overall, the daily chart for Avalanche, here I'm drawing a Fibonacci retracement on this. It's actually falling well behind, like it's still above the 0.5 range. And if you look at the price action, sure, we got a dump from all-time high, which is around 150. We are struggling a bit right now because we are still tied to Ethereum and Bitcoin in some way. So when Ethereum moves a certain way, Avalanche tend to move similarly, and so is Bitcoin. So we are all tied, and at the moment, I see, a period of stability on Avalanche. Now, don't quote me on this. I could be wrong too. So, but looking at the price action, there's quite a bit of selling pressure, but there's some buying pressure as well. So we don't know where this is gonna go, and tomorrow is certainly, I think, certainly going to drop a little bit because of the vesting schedule. But I think you want to, if you're an investor in AVAX, you should think about this long term to see where this is going, and try to keep up with the technology, what the updates that they have, and try to believe in this in the long term. So yeah, that is all I have for you today, and I hope you find this useful. Don't panic, trust in the technology, go for the long term. Yeah, if you guys wanna appreciate my content, you like my content, please contribute to the Patreon. It'll help me get my motivation to make more videos to help you guys out. There will be some exclusive content here for people who become a patron. I'm thinking to do, like, if I do get 100 members, I will do a face reveal. So that's a little fun thing I want to do. And yeah, don't forget to join our Discord. We have a ton of people talking about price action, technology, DeFi, and all that stuff. Make sure to come and have fun. I'll see you guys there, and I hope you guys like the video. Make sure to subscribe and like. Thank you.